Warning, this podcast contains spoilers and more creepy shit. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the As Seen on TV podcast for American Horror Story Roanoke. Episode 5, Chapter 5. I'm your host Mike, and joining me is Rachel.
Hi.
And Jake.
I feel kind of empty inside because I don't have anything today.
That's okay.
I didn't buy the pig mask, I'm sorry.
I didn't buy the powdered wig.
The cow face was enough.
I still have it. It's over there.
Alright, so another episode.
Cowface will make a return, by the way. That's his name now.
Cowface.
Cowface better make a return. So another episode in the books.
A books chapter. I see what you did there.
That wasn't intentional. I wish I could say it was. Oh, boy.
I was trying to help you out there.
Thank you for attempting. So finally, 5 episodes in, we get Evan Peters.
Yay, we've been missing
Character.
him.
We've been missing him.
Yeah, and your funny accents that you always do.
What's funny is that we were like always like last season we were like I can't he looks odd being this character
Yeah.
in this one you're like I can see him.
Yeah.
I
can see it. You know, George Washington style wig going on there.
But last season we were just like it just seems odd that he's like playing this guy who's like he seems older but he's not, and it just seemed really
He was always like that college that college frat boy kind of look, but yeah, I think this character, it's different from like what he's usually done, but I think it fits.
It fits a little better, yeah. It fits better than last year's.
It does. Last year he was too baby-faced to play a character that, like, I don't know. That was a character like, an actor in like their late 30s or early
someone
40s.
that's a little older, that needed to play
I
it.
think Dennis O'Hare, who plays Liz Taylor, I mean, I love him as Liz Taylor, but I feel like he could have played that role.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely, yes.
I love Dennis O'Hare. My God, is he brilliant.
So, we could say goodbye to Dennis O'Hare.
Yes, we can. Sad face. He died.
Wow.
And not on the property.
Not on the property, too. True.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, technically, he's in the land ruled over by the butcher. I think.
But isn't their, like, what are they, the Pokes, isn't, like, their house not on the property because you can't build on the property?
That's a good point. We don't really have a definitive answer for that. So, in all likeliness, he's dead and gone.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know. I mean, who knows what can pop up. Yeah, that's after having the arrows pulled out, his arm and leg chopped off, and made into jerky.
Yeah, we gotta do this. Do we really gotta do this? Hillbillies and cannibals?
It usually goes hand in hand.
She didn't like it because it wasn't sweet enough.
I great. I had the pleasure of having homemade beef jerky this summer when I was visiting my wife's relatives in Canada. Multiple different flavors. It's delicious.
Yeah. Were any of your relatives didn't show up? Did that happen?
No, they were there. No,
they were all there. Are you sure?
It wasn't people jerky. We bought the beef at a Costco.
Okay,
or a
great.
Walmart.
I'm going to take a picture of this next time I see it because I see it. It's a roadside stand when we come back home from my my father-in-law's house.
Oh no.
And it's a beef jerky, and they have like alligator, and they import all this kind of stuff. And then they have one that says vegan jerky. I'm like, what the heck is vegan jerky?
It's jerky made from vegans. I wouldn't be surprised if it was made from an actual vegan.
Well, damn those vegans! You want to save the animals, but you're constantly eating their food.
I know it's like I don't get what. I'm like a dog, going.
If it wasn't for the fact that her spirit was still up and around and doing stuff, I would swear that Mama was the reincarnation of the butcher.
I know, right? She's really crazy.
Because the parallels.
I don't know. She seems like
It's just so creeped out about that.
There was just something about her, the way she always looked down and always, it wasn't like she was like crazy. She was like, this is like something we have to do. And she's just accepted that this is her lot in life and this is her fate. And this is just very like beaten up about it. You know,
she probably, I mean, it's crazy.
It is crazy. She is a little nuts, but you know what I'm talking about? She just had that air about like she was being blackmailed into this kind of thing almost.
I feel like she's been, well, from what I get, she's been doing this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the way.
It's just how it is. They made a pact.
Well, yeah, she's kind of pissed that her kids there got, Matt and Shelby turned them into the authorities.
Babies away.
Took the babies away.
You took Mama's.
Those are okay. She calls them her babies, and then her son calls them his babies. I don't even want to know.
Okay,
no, you already put it out there.
We already talked about this, on the episode that the twins were there. They're each other's brothers, also they're each other's fathers, their cousins, their grandmothers. They're all the same thing.
You would need, after you drew their family tree, it would look like a spider web.
Yeah, I did a Once Upon a Time family tree. I will, if it comes to this, I will draw an American Horror Story family.
It doesn't branch. No, it just goes up. It doesn't branch. It just goes straight up.
It's a ball.
It's a ball. Things circle back on each other.
It's a ring, and then so there's someone up here, but that one person, they are all they're their own grandfather, so it just kind of loops back around.
I'm my own grandpa.
They traveled back in time. They pulled a Marty McFly.
Yeah, I don't know. And she almost, I don't know, she just doesn't, she seems like she doesn't want to do it, but she knows she has to do it in order to stay on the land. And there's a reason why they're staying on the land. What's the reason? There's something keeping them there.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Made a deal with the butcher. Because,
well, yeah, but that's not keeping them, and they could have left.
No, they provide, they could leave potentially, or maybe something is keeping them there, but their reasoning for, like the whole thing with them is that they will provide the bodies for the butcher, but the butcher just won't kill them.
Exactly,
the folks are off limits.
Yeah,
but
and
why they stay there, I don't know.
But she said they have places all around, so that isn't their only place they go.
Which is why people find them, they keep migrating.
All right.
So there's a reason why they stay there. I don't know if they will ever find out the reason. I hope we do.
Oh, and Mama is played by Frances Conroy, who is one of the regulars on this show. And I was worried we weren't going to see her this season, and I always love her, whatever it is she's playing.
I agree.
I think she just has this look to her where it can either look really sweet or like really terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. She plays odd characters every season.
No, Mama's pretty odd.
Yeah, that was she was Dandy's mother in season 4.
Speaking of Dandy,
that Evan Peters is playing his great ancestor.
Yeah, his gay, crazy artist-loving.
It was Edward Philip Mott.
Interesting character. He loves his paintings.
And we know that.
More than he loves his.
That
guy, his footman.
He was gay in a time where they would burn you at the stake for that shit.
But he had so much money that it didn't matter. And he was married, and he did have a son.
And he left them.
Left them in Florida.
He left them. No, Philadelphia. He left them in Philadelphia. They said. Because that's where he was from. That's where he made all his money.
But they talked to. Oh yeah, that's true. But yeah, but they migrated down to Florida.
Oh, okay.
Because the lady at the beginning said that.
Well, left them.
She said the last of the Mott clan died in 1950 something, and that's when Dandy died.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said.
Oh, look at that there.
So, yeah,
I didn't even catch that.
Little tie there to Freak Show.
So no more Motts for the rest of the show. At least not in current times.
We could see where Dandy got his insanity from, though.
Well, it runs in the family, you guys, because, those
They were inbred.
When Philly built the house, because he's the one who built the house, and he put up all his paintings. Those colonist people did the most horrible crime ever. They tilted the paintings.
And they tore the faces off most of them.
I know, but I like to think he was more concerned that the paintings were crooked.
The paintings were crooked. Yeah, no, he did.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Crazy loved his art, as he put it, more than I love you to his lover, who was, in the tub with him, fooling around.
Great job.
It's like, great,
Romance fail.
How romantic. Telling me that you love your art more than me as, we're about to screw each other in this tub. Like
someone's sleeping on the couch tonight.
Exactly, my thought. He didn't last very long on that. Oh, okay, first off, the butcher and they all came in and ripped up all the paintings. So he locked every one of his servants in the cellar, naked. And, okay. Now, we talked...
They had an apple core.
They had an apple core. We mentioned how insane he is, or was. His lover was worse, in my opinion. Because after everything that happened, he didn't even tell anybody, oh yeah, by the way, there's a bunch of women locked in the cellar. They're gonna die if you don't let them out. Like, you think, he was kind of a...
I think he just wanted to get out. I don't think he wanted to be associated with that anymore.
No.
Well, who would?
No, who would, exactly.
Well, he had a wife, so I guess...
Hey, middle of the night, during the blood moon, he was dragged from the house, impaled. I thought they were gonna, pull a Vlad the Impaler, because, he used to shove the stakes up people's asses, and,
he'd probably like it anyway.
Oh my god, I wasn't gonna go there, but, he would shove the stake up people's asses,
you can count on me to go
hang them there, and let gravity kill them slowly over the next few hours. That's what I was expecting them to do. No,
it wasn't even hours.
No, they just rammed it through his friggin' chest, and it's like...
And they cooked him.
And then they cooked him.
Because, those colonists, they always be hungry.
That's a really shitty way to die.
It is a really shitty way to die. Then that makes me think, his lover, he escaped, they made such a big deal about him, and then all of a sudden he escaped and he's gone. What if he is like Matt's ancestor?
Ooh. I didn't even think of that either.
I don't know. Or maybe he's one of the other characters we normally see.
I
don't know.
Well, really anybody could be related in this show. They all look the same.
Yeah, exactly. There's multiple clones of people running around.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, and we got two of them in the same season.
Right?
We got two of them in the same season, and nobody even mentioned, hey, you kind of look like this person.
Hey, Billy Dean. Yeah, we have this this crazy ass woman in room 304.
Her teeth are falling out, but you look like her.
Yeah.
Hell, you could be twins.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I want to say something about Billy Dean later when we get to the end.
Okay. Yeah, but with this show, anything's possible, or he could just be gone.
Mm-hmm. We'll never see him. That Uber driver, we didn't see him.
No, he's gone.
We don't know.
Right.
But you never count anything out in the show, because they'll bring back something you'll be like, I thought we were never going to see them again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's go through the order of events here. Last episode, we had Cricket get his entrails pulled out by a hook. And the beginning of this episode, we have Matt and Shelby and Flora under siege by a bunch of spirits. And
a creepy chick from The Grudge.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No. I don't do things that crawl. Things that shouldn't crawl. No.
Grabs her and takes her away. Now, Nikki, who's not with us tonight, mentioned something before we started to me that she wanted me to bring up. The Asian family that lived in the house, there was mention that they were trying to summon a protective spirit to help guard them against the butcher and her kin. Mm-hmm. She thinks that's what that was, because it snatched up Flora in the middle of the attack and kind of whisked her away up the wall, hey, I'm gonna take you up here and hide you.
But Flora was not having it.
Would you be having if that thing grabbed you and
No,
carried you
it
up the wall?
it was totally like the fucking. I'm sorry, The Grudge. It was.
I
I had freaking flashbacks of it, and I'm like, I am not going downstairs anymore to get water. I hate that movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Ugh.
no one ever said, a Japanese protective spirit had to look friendly.
Well, no, these Japanese ghosts, they're never, the most benign of beings. They really get pissed off at everything. Like, I'm going to haunt you and, for 300 years because you stepped on the wrong piece of paper.
Yeah. So that was creeptastic. And then, Mr. Mott shows up to lead them from the house through his
Did
secret...
anyone notice?
What?
I don't know what happened, but when he had a torch.
When he put the torch, yeah, it went to
When
like
he would pass the
skeleton.
torch, which I don't know if that's a reference to season 1.
I don't know. It was really cool though. I loved the effect. It was amazing.
Yeah, every time the torch, it's just like the light hit it. It was just like, ghost.
A skeleton. It looked really cool. I was amazed. I was like, oh my gosh, did I really just see that? And it happened again. I'm like, that is really cool.
Creeptastic. This
It was
season is
creepy.
doing a lot of stuff like that.
Well, when they're talking about him building the house, and he was talking about, digging, underneath, and that, the trees have really deep roots and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, there's a tunnel under the tree, underneath this house.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that the tunnel leads to the Pokes house is something's up.
I am not cool with that, no.
I am not either. So something happened, like, I don't know. There's something going on. Maybe the Pokes have been there. They're a descendants of the runaway slave.
Maybe.
Well, that's another good point.
Or maybe one of the girls didn't get put down there. She ran off or something. Or anything could happen. Because that's really kind of odd that would end right where they live.
It's also odd that another character of Evan Peters builds a house and has a bunch of secret passageways in it.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that seems to be a recurring theme now. If it happens next season, I'll be recognizing a pattern.
Secret passages.
Secret passages. So the butcher almost gets her due. Or in her mind. They have to consecrate the land with blood.
But what happens if they don't?
That's the good question. What happens if they don't? You're going to tell me that they've been able to find someone every year to do this to?
Well, it sounds like the Pokes have been helping him. If no one buys the house, they kind of send someone there.
So I'm guessing what happens if they don't do it? Do they just, the spell loses its magic?
I don't know.
If it did, well, then would...
The Pokes probably would have done it a long time ago. But I don't know. We don't know. That's the question I was having. I was like, what if they don't?
Do they just go away?
Yeah. That's something they'll answer.
Yeah. Now here's another question. How the hell, they're ghosts, they're dead. How the hell does the butcher get, does the fire vanquish them?
Oh
wait, no, you know what? Okay. I just answered my own question with that, because last episode they mentioned that
they become
they become whole. They become corporeal during this time. They can touch and interact and actually kill. So it's probable, and I'm stretching here, that they can be killed.
Mm-hmm. I am very surprised. I'm wondering what pushed her son over the edge to break the hold she had over him.
After 500 years, why would it why now?
He's a grown boy.
I'm wondering if it was because of the speech she gave Mom when she was talking about that her son just died. He got his head blown off by a shotgun.
Thanks.
That speech, and she's like, basically, oh, it's a sad thing to lose a son, blah blah. And he's standing there going, "You fucking killed me."
Yeah, she's saying, yeah, she was talking to Shelby. She says, yeah, I know, losing your son is one thing, but like losing your son to someone else, that's another thing. It's like, bitch, you killed your son and the entire colony.
Yeah, and he's and he's probably standing there like,
And plus,
what?
and then with Priscilla saying, you told me she was going to go last, and she's like, no, she's going to go first. And he didn't like it the first time that she killed a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure maybe just these things pushed him over the edge. I'm hoping, or maybe when, I don't know, maybe he realized that maybe in this time when they become whole,
that was his opportunity.
It's the only opportunity they have to get back at her. Before there was no reason to, really, because
everything was said and done.
Yeah, but
now
then,
the shit's happening again.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's happening. Yeah.
And then I think the whole interaction with Mama and the butcher probably sent him a little over the edge, being like
a lot of family issues.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
This show.
And now, Shelby, Matt, Flora, Lee, they make good their escape.
Oh yeah, they're all good. Yeah,
and they run over Piggy Man.
Piggy Man was going to take up over for the butcher. Why? Don't know.
I thought Piggy Man was benign. Like, I thought after they died, they were all benign, because we saw them all playing together, and it was really nice. And, like, no.
He doesn't seem that benign when he keeps showing up in the house and trying to grab people.
Well, I suspect he's just hungry, because he looks really thin.
Or he's misunderstood because he's got a pig for a head.
Well, all these like creatures and like the main mascots or whatever, the creatures for the seasons, how they always have like a backstory that we like learn more about them, and then you kind of feel sorry for them. Like we got Infantata from season 1, and like Twisty, of course, who's insane, but like he was kind of endearing. Pigman, we don't know. Greedy bastard.
He was, all we know is that he was stealing from the pantry kind of thing.
They're stealing from the pantry.
Shitty thing to do, but
yeah. So I'm guessing, you're right. He could be more benign because Twisty was just.
Twisty just wanted to entertain the kids because that's what he's always wanted to do. He's just really bad at it.
He was slow.
Yeah.
But also, and I don't know. Maybe they stop existing if they don't consecrate, because he was like going after her, like we're going to do this, we're going to shed this blood or something. I'm still stuck on what the heck happens if this doesn't happen.
Maybe they go to hell.
I'm hoping we find out. Also, I don't know if this is the last we're going to see of the butcher, because, we got, like, hey, we escaped, we're living in a hotel, like, we had this.
No money?
We have no money. Stayed at the cheapest place until my sister could wire us enough money to get back to LA, where we would be homeless.
And stay in the hotel.
But where the richest people, we were the richest family in the world that night. I'm just like, oh, how sweet. And then, she gets out, she's going to go in the shower, and she's looking down to see smoke coming out from under the door, and I'm thinking, what, is the bathroom on fire? She opens the door, and here comes the butcher, like, ah!
I know, I freaked out. I was like, oh, no.
Hey, if Kathy Bates came out of the flames with a cleaver at me, I would freak out too.
Yeah.
Oh, can we talk about, I don't know if this was a Misery reference or not, but Mama broke Shelby's leg with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Kathy Bates did the same thing.
Yep.
I did not need to see that.
No, they did a lot of pounding, like smashing people, and
especially showing actually showing the wound after it happened. Like, I have that image, like, that whole scene. I just have a frozen still image of her ankle in my head, and like that's all I can remember about the scene is just a picture. Like, there's no it doesn't animate in my mind. It is just a solid still picture of that ankle.
Yeah, I don't know. I almost, and all these scenes when they were like showing.
I've broken my ankle before when I was much younger.
Yeah, right. When they were showing, Mama in the cab with Flora, and she just wasn't even she wasn't looking at her. And I almost kind of feel sorry for Mama because there's something going on. There's a reason why that they have to do this. Besides the whole, making a deal with her. There's some, like I said, there's something keeping them there, and I almost feel sorry.
Almost until you found out she made people jerky.
Well, yeah, but there's only so much they could do because they have to survive out there. Who knows what,
there's a market like 20 minutes away.
Yeah, right. I don't know. But I don't know. I just, there's just something that's in me that's eaten. Not necessarily like sorry, but almost a little bit feeling sorry, but at the same time, like, bitch, you just killed someone.
Was it just me, or is this an even shorter episode? Come to think of it.
Like it.
I think it was only 38 minutes. I forget, because I watched it on FX's website. Huh, I don't know. So I'm curious where they're going to go right now. Like, is this where we're going to get, like, the disconnect from flashback into actual documentary actors?
I think, clearly after this point, they've been on the show, which, I'm guessing, we know Billie Dean has her own show.
Right.
I don't know if maybe it's that same show or if it's a spin-off of that. I'm hoping Billie Dean actually comes into this season, because that'd be cool. But then we would have Sarah Paulson playing two characters again in one season.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be Sarah Paulson playing Shelby. It'd be the other chick.
Well, yeah. Real Shelby. We got the. Yeah. I don't know. This still confuses me sometimes. We got the actors playing the real people, and we got the other actors who are playing the actors who are playing the actors playing the real people.
I know, they're going for some kind of weird Inception sort of thing going on here.
Also, when Lee asking her the same thing over and over again, when she asked the cop to go out, as soon as she stepped out of that, he left. So he knows.
That whole town knows.
Oh, yeah.
That entire town knows.
What the hell's going on? And I think they know more than they're telling them. And maybe it has something to do with the whole town. Like, if that ritual, because that's basically what it is, if that ritual doesn't happen and something happens, maybe something happens to the whole town.
I mean, that was actually something similar to an early episode of Supernatural. Like, people, they were sacrificing random travelers through this town. Like, just the whole town was taking them, tying them up in the woods to, like, serve up to a tree spirit. And the whole reason was, if they didn't do this, their crops would wither and die.
Very native.
I mean...
And move somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. Move somewhere else. But, it could be something like that. The whole town knows, and if, it doesn't happen, the ruin will come to the surrounding area. Or
clearly something bigger is going on than just this house.
And we didn't see Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I was going to mention that earlier. Right. We didn't see any Lady Gaga this episode.
That could just be scheduling issues, but...
You with your logic.
But yeah, so, there's a lot more questions now than we did get answers. Mm-hmm. Granted, we did get some answers, but... But they always lead to more questions.
But that always raises more questions.
I just want them to do the disconnect, like, back to the real, Shelby and Matt. Not the actor Shelby and Matt. And, like, just Shelby
the actors playing the real Shelby and Matt.
They, like, go into the basement one day, and, like, there's Lady Gaga in the basement, and, like, you think you could get away from me that easily? Like, picking her fingernails or something.
Is that a total Lady
I don't think they're able to leave that surrounding area.
Ooh, we don't know about Lady Gaga. She can probably do whatever the hell she wants.
I don't think she's down to that. I don't think she's down to that place. But
everyone
else is.
They kind of made her seem like some kind of she used to be a druid, like
she was descendant of druids. Yeah.
Descendant of druids and everything. So I'm guessing her powers are nature related, and LA is kind of the furthest thing from nature that you can get. Ish. Yeah. I think the only further you can get from nature is if you go to, like, Tokyo or Hong Kong or something like that.
Or space.
Or space.
Aliens.
Where's the alien connection?
Well, one of the theories about the entire, because they said this season isn't going to connect all the seasons. It's going to start to connect all the seasons. One of the theories is that it's just aliens. Aliens have been doing the whole thing.
I can
It's
dig
kind of
it.
lame.
Every year they always say
lame,
that.
unless they do it right. Do it in a clever way. Do it in the American Horror Story way, and then I will like it.
They said that last year too. Oh, aliens, and then they said the year before, aliens. Everything.
Well, I mean, we did Aliens once in this. We did Aliens once in the show. It was in the season where it took place in the '60s, where that thing was big. So it made sense there.
Aliens. I really like the fan theory that, and it's looking more and more as we go along to be wrong. But this was after I think season 3 or 4. They're all, it's the same souls trapped in hell, living out different torments.
Which is why they look.
Which is why they look the same, and sometimes the
just
torments
a different hair color sometimes
intersect, with each other.
Yeah, but
the other thing,
like that didn't. I liked that theory, but when we saw Sally and Billy Dean in the same season, I'm like,
yeah, it's starting to lose steam as we go along. The other, if you wanted aliens, what if they're all just people trapped in some kind of crazy alien simulation?
It's a video game, you guys.
It's a video game.
It's a horror video game that the aliens are playing. Until Dawn, AHS edition.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I kind of hope it's not.
I do too, but
everyone wants aliens, and right now that doesn't fit.
I trust them to have some good interconnecting explanation for it.
They said they want to do. They have ideas for 2 more seasons, so we're getting there, you guys. We're getting there.
All right then. Anything else about this episode to mention?
I'm surprised the car still drove after it was caught on fire.
Cast members come back.
And I'm surprised they were smart enough to burn the cars.
I too am surprised.
You guys did the logical thing. You got the fuck out of that house. So you guys grew brains over the course of this half of the season. Great job.
You took You took way longer than I would have to get the hell out of that house.
Yep. I would have been out.
I wouldn't have bought the house.
You know what?
No.
A beautiful old house like that with all that land, and you got it for $40,000. Okay. Where?
It was $20,000. That was the starting price.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you're right. But where?
They just bumped it up to 40 because the husband they were having a dick.
And how did they find it in the first place? Because if someone a real estate agent pointed it out to you, I'd be doing all the research.
Right, but honestly, where are you going to find a house like that with all that land in the United States
North
right
Carolina.
now? For $40,000.
No.
You're not going to.
You're not going to, exactly.
There's something wrong with the house.
There you go. Now, I'm in New York right now, and I know a lot of people, one of the popular destinations for people leaving here to move out of, the city is, North Carolina. The obvious one is Florida when you get old and retired. But, I know a number of people who've moved to North Carolina, and the cost of living there compared to here, a third to a half.
Yeah.
Houses are a third of the price there that they are here. And so, I can see it, but still, $40,000 for that house, I'd take it.
That is still really cheap.
And this makes, and now that everything, the whole entire town knows everything, it makes me wonder if, them saying, oh, but you can't do anything to the land, you can't build, if that was not really what's a caveat, but that was their caveat because maybe they all have the same deal with the butcher.
They said the land was protected, but protected by what? And
by who? They didn't say what. They just
the land was protected. From the non-ghost standpoint, I would assume, it's a landmark kind of thing, or
wetlands.
Wetlands or some kind of preservation area.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said you couldn't build on it, but is this after the dude built the entire house, or was this before?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm wondering if it's something that the town put the caveat on because they, it would disrupt, make the butcher mad that they were building on her land.
And now
She
this
was
dude
pretty
built a
pissed
giant
off.
ass house.
Yeah, she was pissed off that he built that on her land. So that makes me wonder if it really.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen if like some big developer came in and just bulldozed everything, put up
They build a theme park, and that's next season.
Right.
All right.
I want them to do like a amusement park season.
An amusement park season.
Can we not?
I want to do that, please.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm mixed on that one.
More clowns.
No more.
All right. I think on that note, that's our show. No more clowns.
More clowns.
Rachel, where can they find you?
They can find me at Twitter at Savannah17, which is right here. And on Twitch at Savannah, which hopefully I'll be finishing up the dress this week, doing all the hemming and Halloween. What can you do?
Halloween, exactly. Jake, where can they find you?
You can find me here on YouTube at Jacob Salazar, or you can find me on Twitter. Tweet at me throughout the week, throughout the life, at To Nowhereland. That is TONOWHERELAND. Join the Nowhereland Society.
Makes me smile every time I hear that.
So long as I am alive, it doesn't matter if I'm on the show or not, I will always do my outro.
We're okay with it.
I can't. I'm trying to cleverly follow it, and I can't. You can find me on Twitter at Thilladrin. Right there, you can follow all of us on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, and YouTube at ASOTV Podcast. You can follow us at those places for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and games. Thank you all for watching. Don't let the butcher pop out of a bathroom with a cleaver.
Sweet dreams.
Or any creature in this show that pops after, because we got a lot of those.
We do.